The Addons transfer window has opened, and now the opportunity to fix this club's finances begins. I've done what I could before the window opened to try and fix the finances. We are still massively over this wage budget. I need to sell players. Who I'm going to sell, and for how much? I have no idea. Plan of attack for today, a transfer special. We have a month to get things sorted, and halfway through that month, actually slightly beyond halfway, on the 9th of February, a week before the window closes, we take on the team in second in the league. That's the match we're doing today. I'm going to be busy. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. Now, first things first, if you looked at the fact that I had 3 offers for players and thought, wow, you're going to get stuff sorted early, not quite. This is just various loan offers for players who, to be honest, I'd quite like to keep around in the first team. So I am going to reject all these offers. I need to try and raise some funds by any means possible. Speaking of which, I can raise some funds by selling some clauses. It turns out that this team has actually produced some pretty good players over the years. This guy, maybe not one of those players, a move to Uzbekistan for Mohamed Abbaspor here. Maybe a small reflection of his ability, the fact he's playing in Uzbekistan. But there are some players like Abbas Tahami here, who's playing for Karlsruhe in Germany, who perhaps reflect just how good our academy is. This guy's very, very good. Really healthy value as well, playing over in Germany. I can actually sell, you can see here, a few different clauses for him to make up £260,000, which doesn't really sound like a lot, but I am questioning if I should just do it to get money sorted now and get this wage budget resolved. Now, I should point out that I did make a bit of a mistake last episode. It wasn't intentional, I promise. I was looking at the payable per month on these loans, which is £57,000 a month. Obviously, a month is roughly 4 weeks, so you've actually got to divide that by 4 to get what it is compared to our wage budget. It means that about the equivalent of what we're currently spending wage-wise on players is also going out on loan repayments. I hope that makes sense. I got confused yesterday, so I just want to clarify, I do know math. It's really concerning that my dad's an accountant, isn't it? I hope he doesn't watch the videos. And if you were wondering, are there other clauses out there? There is one that really stood out to me that I can't do anything with right now, but I like the look of. It's this guy, Hedayat Imani. Various clauses with Freiburg in Germany for this guy. 22 years old, great little forward, listed for loan. I can't loan him. He doesn't want to come to me, sadly. Now, longer term, I do think I could probably get these full clauses for Tahami, but I think in terms of just getting some money now, I feel like it's probably just worth selling. The only issue with selling these is I'm actually only getting 5% of the revenue back in transfer budget. So as lovely as those sales are, when I rejig things, it's only actually worth £300 on the wage budget. I have already asked the board about readjusting the transfer revenue percentage to hopefully be more than that 5%. In retrospect, probably should have sold these clauses after that, but maybe the fact I've sold these clauses and got the finances slightly better, maybe that increases the odds of them increasing that percentage. Now, I think of all the players at the club who I need to shift on this window, Tabatabai is definitely the man. He is on far too much for the level of ability he has. Whilst he's a great little player, £2,700 for him, when I've got players like Mortazavi on £25 a week, who's almost comparable in quality, it just doesn't really make sense. I'm going to try and hire an intermediary to sell him. Okay, apparently no one thinks there's a viable offer. I've asked him if he can try and make a move happen. He did not like the fact I asked for that. I can't give you any assurance about a future at the club. If you want me to leave, you'll have to make it happen yourself. Well, that's the mission for today then. Offer via transfer room. I just need him gone. I just need him off the wages. It's frustrating, right? Because as much as I want to go out and sign players, the reality is I really can't sign anyone. And to be honest, I quite like the idea of leaning into our youth academy because I've actually got a really good team here. I've promoted some more players from the reserves and under-21s just so I can get kind of a full picture of the squad at my disposal. In Iran, the registration rules are kind of nice. You're only allowed three foreign players in our current division, but you're allowed to register up to 99 players, which is definitely a piece of me because I love to register far too many players. I mentioned Tabatabay as a player to maybe move on. Momo, I love Momo. He's currently on £2,000 a week, which is a lot of money for a player who's not even really starting for me right now. He is a product of our academy, but if you look at his performances last year in the Gulf League, didn't really step up to the plate and deliver, and he's not exactly been delivering for us right now. I'm going to risk the wrath of him getting unhappy and just test the waters and offer him out, because if I could get his wages off the books, it might be quite nice. Annoyingly, whilst there is a decent amount of players who actually have some interest in them, you'll note that a lot of it is, younger players who aren't exactly on a load of money that I want to keep hold of. And the one man who is on a lot of money who's wanted is, Gorbangpor, who is our best striker by a country mile, and I really, really don't want to have to sell. I was a bit confused by Irfan here, who'd appeared as a player to maybe move on. He was out on loan in Uzbekistan. He's just come back from his loan. I didn't realise he was going to come back now. Previously, I was questioning who this man was. I was really confused. Do I try and sell him? He's actually worth a little bit of money. I've offered out a few other players already. Basically, anyone who's not played any games for me yet this year, I'm going to test on the market, I think. It's really, really helpful when agents of players that play in Uruguay are offering their clients to me, and I can't physically sign them right now. And I mean quite literally, because even if I did want to negotiate with this guy, I can currently only offer him £5 a week, which he's not going to accept. There are some youngsters here like Mir Solari, who I'm just going to offer out on loan. I don't really want to sell him, but if I could get a team to pick up all his wages, that would be very, very nice. Oh, and if you were eagle-eyed last episode, you might have noticed there were a lot of players that had contracts expiring in 2031. Very fortunately, they were all younger players where I could just trigger contract extensions in their contracts. God bless the previous manager for having a little bit of foresight, because there was a lot of these players that I was at risk of losing. I mean, does Abassi have a yearly contract thing I can trigger? He doesn't. His contract's up in 2032. This guy's so good, isn't he? Centre attacking mid. We've got him out on loan at the moment. I'm paranoid because he's got an optional future fee. Can I recall his loan? I could recall his loan. That's tempting. If I recall his loan, I'm going to pay his £800 a week. But if I recall his loan, I get an absolutely crazy player for the team. And worst case, maybe I can loan him out to someone else and get them to cover his wages without an optional fee. I feel like that makes sense. I don't want to lose this guy for £60,000. Bassi loan finishes. Now, there is a rule, isn't there, that players can only spend or only play for 2 teams in a calendar year. So rather than play him immediately, I'm now just going to try and find him a new move without an optional future fee. I don't want to alarm anyone. The window's been open a week. I've not had any more offers on players. Okay, finally some offers. Alipur, loan offer, 90% of his wages for this guy. I think is a pretty good move. He's not been getting near our team. So yeah, the 17-year-old can go out on loan there. And elsewhere, Mohamed Mortazavi's had an offer. I do not want to sell Mohamed Mortazavi. He's one of the players who I didn't want to get an offer. I'm going to reject it. He's currently on £25 a week, but he is contracted for another 2.5 years. So even if he is upset about it, he can just get over it. Oh, and tactically, I have kind of evolved the system that we had been playing before. You can see here, we're now playing an asymmetric 4-2-3-1. It hurts my eyes too. Has just dawned on me, I got so caught up with the transfers. There were 3 league matches since you were last here. We won this game 3-0. This was actually our first ever win for the club in our second game. Mark with a goal and an assist. We followed up that game with a second win in a row against K-Bar. 2-1 we won this one. Not overly convincing, but they're down in 14th. And then most recently, a 2-2 draw where they scored in the 96th minute. And if you are wondering, Jack, how did you react to them scoring in the 96th minute? It was a really manly, macho, internal scream that may have actually not been internal at all and been a bit of a yell. I was annoyed. So 2 wins and 2 draws to start our time here in Iran. It's not amazing, but we are still top. Granted, the team in third have now closed the gap on us to 3 points. For the matches today, outside of the one that we're doing against the team in second, don't intend on live commentating them, but I have just got a penalty. We're down a goal. Mark steps up. Mark scores. Never doubted him. 1-1. We didn't really, I don't think, deserve to be behind in this game. We are now back level. I'll tell you what, Mark is an inspirational leader. Down a goal. Sultani has just scored a 4th goal for us. We are going to win this game. Okay, full time in this game here, 5-3, not overly convincing in the end, but you know what? We got over the line, some nice finishing, the ultimate decider, really. I'll tell you what, shout out to Esteval Arvaz, the fake Esteghlal team. They won 1-0, so the team in third dropped 6 points behind us. That is big. Of course, as big as that is, and as lovely as that win was, the primary aim today is to get rid of players, but we are now unbeaten in 16. It feels weird for a transfer special to be me midway through the year, just trying to sell players unsuccessfully. I really need to start getting some bids or I'm going to be worried. I've just noticed here, we have broken the record for the attendance in the second division of Iran. Almost 40,000 fans turned up for that game. Board have injected £95,000 to help with the running costs. Very generous of them. I had not realised this until I just arrived now. The club turned semi-pro last summer. We're not even a professional football club right now. That is not good. Okay, some players off the wage budget, or rather a player off the wage budget. Alipour, who was just earning a killing in the under-23s, is going to get about £400 off the wages. It's something. Now, is that the only departure I've currently got lined up? Yes, although I've just noticed there's some new clauses. This is exciting. This clause is worth £40,000. The Imani one with Freiburg, I can sell the sell-on for 13,000. I mean, that is absolutely pointless, isn't it? Necessary, I can sell a clause, although I will get significantly more money should he play 32 more league games. I mean, so far he's played 7 games for Zob Ahan, and he played 11 last year. I think I might sell that clause. That's going to take a long time for him to play enough games. It's only 167k, but we will take it. And Nazari here also has a clause I can sell, although it's not for a lot of money. So we're not going to sell that one either. The £8,000 of the transfer budget then being shifted into the wage budget to give me £100 in savings really is quite sad. I'll tell you what, Mortazavi is a man in demand. This 16-year-old, such a good player, but the kind of offers I'm getting right now just make no sense to take. I mean, look, it's like £20,000. In fact, it's not even that, is it? It's just atrocious. The transfer window is only open for 2 more weeks, and we are not very close to getting the kind of money off the wages that I need to get off. In fact, because I cancelled that loan, I think we're actually spending more on wages than we were at the start of the window. Okay, I've had an offer for a player. It's Abassi, the best player at the club. The man who I was annoyed that he had a £60,000 a week optional clause, and now I've got teams bidding less than that. I wonder if I can just loan him to them for the year without them demanding a future fee. You know what? If I add in the optional fee, then remove and exclude it and suggest. I mean, they only want to make him a breakthrough prospect, but if it saves me all his wages, it's definitely worth it. The team in question, Zob Ahan, seem to be signing a load of my players. Their media prediction is actually first in the top division of Iran. They're currently in second. They had a tycoon takeover in 2025, and they're just going mental with money. I mean, if they want to pay my youth players' wages, that's fine with me. Game number 2 today is against Mez Rafsanjan. They're 12th, we're first. We really should be winning this one. And good news, everyone, we did win this one. A 7-1 win. Mark the space, man of the match. Look how much he's improving. He is absolutely loving Iran right now. 5 goals, 3 assists in 6 games. He is definitely being a little difference maker for us. And to be fair, I'm not entirely surprised with that contribution. I kind of mentioned the system change earlier. It is a bit like a 4-2-3-1, right? You can kind of see how the shape is similar, but just changed a lot. I realise I shouldn't have just moved around the players like I have, because I've not actually got the tactics saved yet. But with this system, we've got a fair few players on attack, really looking to have a lot of players move around Sultani, who's set to hold up the play and roam from position as the advanced playmaker. Really offer us a great creative outlet. I guess 9 goals and 9 assists for the year really shows that it's working for him. And then with the instructions, we've got look for the overlap on the left, but also look for the underlap on the right. So you've got Azizi and, Mark making these underlapping and overlapping runs respectively. You've got Mokhtari as an inverted wing-back, kind of dropping into the middle to offer a little bit of support to Vasilevsky. And overall, it's just providing really, really good results. We've got a few players a little bit tired. Our next game is the big one against the team in second. That game is in 8 days' time. And as you may note here, they actually just lost 4-3. So winning this next game would put us 7 points clear, which would be massive because there's only actually 9 games left in the season after this next one. Oh, the board have finally got back to me about the increased percentage of transfer revenue. They've rejected it. So I'm still only getting 5% back. I really appreciate when I'm getting recommended players of an A+ for the recommendation level, knowing I physically can't offer contracts to players right now. I've been told by the squad they're not happy with your management of the team and I want to talk to you about it. Several players feel the squad is lacking sufficient quality squad depth. I can't fix this, lads. What do they want me to do? I'm going to say I'm happy with the quality of the players already at the club, and I really want to give opportunities to some youngsters to impress. They like the sound of that. I don't know how that promise works in Football Manager, but you'd like to think that with all my young players, I will just be able to deliver on that promise. I didn't realise it was specifically youth players on the left side of midfield. Apparently left mid's the issue. I've got 113 days to give the club's hot prospects on the left midfield some chances in the first team. I mean, I'm not being funny. Azizi's 21. Does he not count? I mean, more to Xavi. I guess we're going to play a little bit. Good news, everyone. A loan out again. Yeah, I'm not really selling anyone right now, but given the fact I'm only getting 5% of revenue back, the main aim is just to get players off the loans. And Abassi here is going to be off the loans for the year. It saves us almost £900. This guy's great. I'm a little bit concerned that they've only offered him a breakthrough kind of prospect squad role, hoping he gets a little bit of football so he continues to develop. He's definitely the kind of player that once we're promoted, which you would like to think will happen this year, he can be a real core to our team in the top flight when we return. It does take our wage spend to only £3,300 over the budget, so we're getting closer. Okay, apparently Momo's got some interest in him. I've tried loaning him out. I would love to keep Momo around, but he's not even really starting for me. He's on £2,000 a week, so I'm going to offer him out and hope maybe we get some bids on him. I mean, I already tried loaning him out, so let's just try and sell him instead. Tabata Bayi, I've not had any luck selling. Maybe... I was going to say maybe intermediaries can help. They can't help me. Can I try and loan him out, maybe? I don't think I've tried loaning him out yet. Let's give it a go. I'm not quite at full-blown desperation levels yet, but I am concerned we're not getting rid of players as much as I want. But I've got a bid for Momo. And it's not actually a small offer either. £62,000 for him and 20% profit of next sale. The team that's made an offer is a team from Uzbekistan. You know what? I think that's going to work for me. I kind of want to try and get a little bit more money, but I don't want to be greedy and mess it up. How about 25% and £70,000? They've accepted it. Get that £2,000 off the wage budget, and I'm going to feel so much better. Oh, and in some more news, Musavi here has now had a loan offer made for him. Now, annoyingly, Musavi is one of my starting centre-backs, so... we're not going to loan him out. If you're looking at his profile thinking, why is he one of your starting centre-backs? Look at the mentals. The bloke's a nutter who can jump high. No one wants Tabata Bayi, and I can't say I'm surprised. His wages are mental. He's still here for another season as well. Mark's doing well in training. Let's give him some praise. Meanwhile, Tabata Bayi's doing awful. Throw a bottle at him. Okay, this is a really, really nice offer. Dagani here is on £675 a week, and he's getting nowhere near my first team. This guy I really don't rate. It's a loan offer to pay most of his wages. There is an optional future fee of £0. I've actually been trying to offer him out for nothing, and no one was making any bids. We're going to accept this and hope he absolutely does one. I think we might be getting close to sorting the wages. I've had another loan offer, but it's for Mokhtari, who's actually one of our starters. So we're going to reject that too. It's weird, if we actually look at the first team and the agreed playing time, so many players in the team that I'm using semi-often have breakthrough prospect, but I almost feel like there's no reason to improve their playing time and increase it, because it'll just lead to them asking for more money, which I really can't afford to give them right now. Okay, there's a load of games happening the day before we play. Annoyingly, the team that was in third, which are now in second in separate round, have won. So they're only 3 points behind us, but we have got a game in hand on them. Of course, that game in hand is against Shams Azar. If we were to lose that, they'd go on to 53 points. We'd be on 54, and well, the top 3 teams would be separated by just a handful of points. Okay, well, this game is the big one. Win this and we're in a great spot. Lose this, the title fight is really going to heat up with not that many games left. This is a game I think we should be winning. I think we've got the quality to win as well. In terms of team news, good news so far this window. Manadi, who's only here on an amateur deal, hasn't had anyone offer a contract to him yet. I was worried he might just get poached, and then we'd be left with Amani as the only first-team goalie. Touch wood, it's not going to happen. There's a week left of the window. At the back, things are looking pretty nice. Like I said, I've moved to this inverted wing-back system, which works quite well with Mokhtari as a left-back option, who's reasonably good at his right kind of foot, good at cutting inside. You can see his recent form really has stepped up with that change in roles. And he really help out kind of Vasilev in the centre of the defensive mid area, because as a lone centre defensive mid with a load of players running on ahead of him. He can get caught out at times. Samake, who's actually listed as our key player, missed, you might remember, the very first game where I was in charge last episode. He's looking okay at right back. I'd be lying if I was to say he looks absolutely amazing, but given the fact I can't really sign anyone at the moment, I don't necessarily want to get rid of him immediately. But with only 3 foreign player slots in our current division, if we were to get stuck in this league for another year, he probably wouldn't be one of the 3 players that I'd keep around using up those slots. Granted, and I just want to check real quick, I assume that the division above us, you're actually allowed more foreign players. You're allowed 4. Yeah, he might not be here next year. In the final third, keeping faith with the youth. Gorapampor is going to be playing at striker. He's been in some pretty good form lately. You can see he got 2 goals in our 5-2 win. In the 7-1 win, only 1 goal to his name, but he is turning into that reliable goal scorer that I thought we needed. On the right, Mortazavi, the 16-year-old, is getting game time. He's been developing really, really well. Super impressed by how good he's been. And on the left-hand side, Azizi plays. The 21-year-old, one of only a handful of left mid options I've got. But, I mean, when you look at his polygon, he's kind of the perfect player for this kind of level. Loads of pace, can cross in the ball. What more could you want from a winger? And yeah, that is the team we're playing. This asymmetric 4-1-4-1. I don't know if it's a 4-1-4-1. What would you call this formation? Let me know down in the comments. Some people are just going to write a war crime. And I'll be honest, I hate asymmetrical tactics too, but it just works with this team. Well, all I'm saying is it was this or a 4-2-3-1. And this one will get me slightly less hate, I'd like to think. Okay, into this game we march. Hopefully, we're going to edge out this game. It's going to be a cagey affair, I imagine. It's going to be an even game, I'd like to think as well. They're actually having a lot of the ball early on in this match, but not creating a great deal with it. Lots and lots of the play for them. Coming down our right-hand side, Mortazavi, the youngster, has already picked up a booking. Is that a cause for concern, perhaps? I'm going to hope not, as we have the first highlight of the game. It's a free kick whipped in. Vasilev wins the header. It falls down to Azizi. The left mid does blaze it over. Delphi for them with a little dinked in cross towards the back post. Headed back across goal. Hit in off the post. Linesman has raised his flag. That was a very nervous scrolling out there. It did look offside. It's not going to count. I mean, a draw would not be disastrous here. Is that defeatist to say? Only 34 minutes into the game. Maybe slightly. They've got the ball here. Javadian plays it back. And now they're looking to make something happen through the middle. Breno to Naruzi. Rahimi now with the ball in the middle. We're applying some pressure, but we don't exactly press high up the pitch. I really want to invite teams forward onto us. It gives us some space in behind to kind of hit and try and, well, exploit behind the defence. I feel like that's one of the advantages. It can be very easy to just have a really high line of engagement and press all the time in Football Manager, but especially at this level where teams are going to be defensively kind of set up against you, sometimes it's good just to invite them in a tad. Gorbanpour picks up the ball. The lone striker is going to have to do a lot to get us goalwards here, but he is doing his very best to get us towards goal. Lays it inside to Azizi. Sultani, the centre attacking mid, pulls it across. Mortazavi with a chance that's blocked away. The 16-year-old with a crazy chance that's, well, been our best opportunity of the half. 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half going to come and go. I'm not going to be, a liar to you. This has been an awful half of football. It's close, though. I'm going to tell the players that I'm not happy. Mortazavi apprehensive. Sultani disheartened. Both those players on bookings. Do I trust Sultani? I don't know if I do. You know what? Amadi, the 20-year-old, is going to come into the team. One of our youth academy prospects is going to come in and play the covering defender role. Mortazavi on the right-hand side on a booking. Not something I want to risk. It does look like Tabatabayi is going to be sticking around. We're going to give him a chance here to show why he should stay in the team, even if he's on £2,700. I don't know how many times I've mentioned that today. Probably far too many. Okay, throwing on this near side. Radwan for them lays it back. Do I need to be concerned? It's dinked in. It's headed goalwards. And they score. Eunice Delphi, back post header. Keeper got a hand to it, but not a big enough of a hand. Someone tell me how to feel. We had players at the back post here. We couldn't win the header. Makari caught flat-footed and it just goes into the top corner. It's a good goal. I'm going to switch our mentality to attacking here, and with our instructions, I'm going to get rid of play out of defence and look to pass into space more. I feel like we've got to go for this game a little bit now. Just over 20 minutes left in this game. I'm going to make further changes. What am I going to do? I think Alipur comes in up top. I like Alipur a lot. I think his ability in the air is something that's kind of useful in a lone striker. In terms of the other options I've got in the team, I'm going to be honest, it's not exactly inspired. I'm going to play Ashuri as the defensive mid. He was the hero in yesterday's episode. I need him to be the hero again here. Gonna shout, demand more at the players. I need more from them in the last 10 minutes here. We've not done enough, but we've got a chance here. Sultani whipping it in. There is so many players at the near post, 4 of them going for it. It's half cleared away, but we've still got it in a fairly dangerous area. Mark needs to try and keep the play alive, and he does. And oh my word, they've given away a penalty. Mark scored a penalty a couple of games ago. I need him to score another here. It's a massive moment. It could be a title-deciding moment. Mark the space, steps up. I can't believe it. Why did I give him 1 penalty taken? I know it's gone up to 2 now. Why? I mean, the rules of the save suggest I have to play. Oh, my word. Imagine if we score immediately anyway. I'm really just huffing copium, aren't I? I'm so upset with Mark. There is 3 minutes left in this game. The ball's whipped in. It's headed against the post. How have we not scored in this last 10 minutes? I'm going to go to very attacking. We're going to try and ratchet up the pressure. In retrospect, could have set very attacking just a moment ago and the goalie would have gone up. Maybe it's a little early in the 87th minute. Their keeper collects. Time, I hate to say it, is whittling away here. There's 5 minutes of added time at the end of this game. We've got a chance. It's a set piece. We've thrown players forward. Ashuri, he was the hero last time. Could he be the hero again? I actually thought it was him for a moment. He's hit the outside of the netting. There's 1 minute left. We're going to lose our first game in charge. It was a must-win game. A game that in not winning puts us in a precarious position. And Shafiri, for them, man of the match in goal. Saving a penalty. They had an XG of 0.28. I feel sick. We are still top of the league. Look at that league table. The worst thing is that third place doesn't even get like a playoff spot or anything. It's just 2 up and 2 down. 17 games unbeaten. Goes just like that. Oh, I just feel sad. Although the fact a guy who has boob in his name has just cheered me up slightly. I can't buy him, but boob. Am I 12 years old? Mentally, quite possibly. Right, we've got 1 more game before the transfer window opens on the 16th. It's against the team in 10th. We should win that. I need to get players gone now to cheer me up. If we're still over the wage budget, I'm really not going to like where we're at. So I've currently got 2 players leaving the team. It's going to save me £2,600 a week on wages. I need to somehow free up another £700. I feel like that should be doable. And Maddie, who I subbed on in that last game, might have to be the man who makes way. The amount of money he's on is very, very steep for a player who's quite far down the pecking order. I guess the question mark is, whilst he'd be the ideal player to get rid of, is there actually going to be anyone willing to pay his wages? No one wants to loan him. Do I try and sell him, maybe? I don't think I want to try and sell him. No one wants to make an offer anyway. I'm hoping that because I've got rid of enough players, even if I can't quite get below the wage budget, maybe the board will give me just until the end of the season to fix the finances. I'm hoping that if we can confirm promotion, obviously there'll be a bit more money coming in, you'd like to think. Maybe that will make things easier. I've got 2 offers here for players. Mortazavi, an offer. I really don't want to sell Mortazavi. I think he's one of my best players. The other player who's got an offer is Alipur, who's 18, and I'll be honest, looks absolutely sensational. But he is on a lot of money a week. It's just not a very good offer, though, is it? I mean, Paycan is a team that I was actually looking to apply for the job at. You might remember they had a big tycoon takeover around the start of November. Right now, where are they in the league? They're in 14th. They're only a few points above the drop. Granted, they look fairly safe. If they got relegated or sacked their manager, would it be awful to just jump ships because they've got loads and loads of money? Why would I be tempted? Does that make me a bad person? I thought they'd be doing better given the money they had. Why am I checking the job security of their manager? I'm just curious. Right now he's got a stable job. Never mind, it was worth a dream. I feel like if I sell Alipur, I'm leaving myself in a bit of a crap situation because I've also got Momo leaving the club for £70,000. Do I want to sell 2 strikers? It would leave me with Gorbanpour and Mark the Space as my only 2 strikers. And I'm going to be honest, I think that is too much of a gamble even for me. Right, I'm going to reject the Alipur offer. We have had a loan offer, it looks like, for one of the centre-backs. This was the guy who was at Uzbekistan. How much of the wages are they willing to pay? 100%. And they're actually offering me an optional future fee as well, which is quite good because I don't think I'd want to keep him around. I'm going to accept that offer. Well, I said I wanted the Pecan job. It's like they heard me. They've made an offer for Karga here, who's one of our best centre-backs. He's currently on a non-professional deal. Can I get him to sign an actual contract with us? Did you see how much he was asking for an appearance fee? I physically can't keep him. The most I can pay him is £1 for an appearance and £1 for a clean sheet. He wants £1,000 for an appearance. I mean, that is so frustrating. We're about to lose one of our best young centre-backs for absolutely nothing. I feel like having a cry. I mean, the worst thing is as well, we're not even getting any money for him. And he's not on a wage at the moment, so I don't even think we save much wage budget. We might save a tiny bit because I think appearance fees do, in a weird way, get somehow factored into the wage totals. I'm still quite sad, though. Okay, I've got the last game before the transfer window shuts. It's against the team down in 10th. This should be straightforward. Minor issue, injuries and suspensions are everywhere for this game. I'm going to have to bring Ibrahimi into the team to play left wing. And I'm going to have to move the left winger forward in our system. Because I literally don't have a player who can play the deeper position. Well, even with a makeshift team, a pretty good result here, if I might say so myself. 5-1, we trounced them. Gilpinpour with a hat-trick. Sultani with 2 goals as well. I mean, yeah, this guy has some interest in him. I can't sell him. He is literally the reason we're going to go up this year up top. We have got some moves happening, though. You can see here, Madavikia, we've loaned him out for the year. That is some wages saved. And elsewhere, Momo is leaving for £70,000. The board have agreed that I get £3,500 of that. That's very generous of them, isn't it? Oh my word, I actually can't believe this. Karga has turned down Pecan to stay at the club. He's not leaving. He's not leaving. I can't. Why would he stay? I don't. You know what? I don't understand. I'm scared to ask questions. We're not going to worry about it. I'm actually thinking about Karga here. Might want to play him a bit more in the first team. We've got another player going out on loan. That is Degani, who I really don't think is that good. Even if he's improving a lot, I don't think he'll ever be good enough for us. Surplus to requirements on almost £700 a week. Most of his wages being covered. And with all those departures now and deadline day well in full swing, am I under the wage budget? I'm actually under the wage budget. I've done it. I'll be honest. When we started things today, I did not necessarily think that was going to be possible. We've got under the budget, and if I just go and put in our best 11 that I've got saved out, I've not lost anyone super important. I mean, the annoying thing really is the fact that Tabata Bay is still here, because I felt convinced he was going to have to go for me to save money, but it does now make the fact he's using almost a fifth of my wage budget look like an absolutely mental contract, doesn't it? I'm sad to see Momo go because I think he's really, really good, but it's just good money that we needed to get rid of. He was on £2,000 a week. It does make me wonder, can I now sign Karga to an actual deal? His agent hates me. Right, you know what? When I started things today, I'm not selling Mott Savvy. When I started things today, I was not sure where we were going to be ending things. We've managed to get under the wage budget and we are now still top of the league, which is good. Granted, the top 3 are separated by 3 points. And with 8 games left of the year, it's quite stressful. I also love the fact I'm now getting bids for my good youngsters that I really don't want to sell. More to Zavi, just far too good to sell on the wing. And Alipour is now pretty much my only backup striker if Gorbanpour was to get injured. Right, deadline day, please come and go. People are still bidding on my players. Leave me alone. I mean, I suppose technically I've got £400 now, but I highly doubt there's anyone I can sign for £400. Although this guy, who plays in Morocco, is a goalie. I need a goalie. This guy's unreal. Does he want to sign for me? Yeah, we're going to sign him. We are going to sign him. 300 and do 300. Do 3-2. Right, 325. This guy's unreal. I mean, no offense to Minardi, but I mean, I like the 19-year-old a lot more as a long-term option who's actually on a contract. Now, this might be mental, but if I now sign him and then if I release Minardi, does that give me more wage budget? This feels like an unnecessary risk. Should I do it? I really have just had a good old think about terminating that contract, but I'm not going to find an Iranian free agent in 2 hours who's good enough to join. So I think we'll just stick it out with 3 goalies and be safe. But if you did think I wasn't going to sign any players today, well, you're wrong. I've signed a goalkeeper in Amala. I'm going to say it like Amala. He looks quite good, I think. I like the look of him. I'm probably going to have to make sure he's registered and maybe the star ratings are just a lie, but yeah. Another player in. I've signed someone. Didn't think I was going to be saying that at the start of today's episode. Also, I'm still getting bids on players. Leave the youngsters alone. I'll level with you. Today's transfer special has been a bit weird. I didn't really know how to approach things here at the club, but this month period felt fairly significant in terms of what we needed to do off the pitch as well as on it. Hopefully, I've been able to surmise it and edit it into a fairly nice package. Granted, I have just been playing the game for the last 2 hours. So I have no idea how much editing Jack is actually going to have shown you, but regardless, leave a like if you enjoyed. Maybe we'll experiment with some more kind of live-ish format stuff like this for mid-season transfer windows going forward. Next time out, we are going to have the end to the Addons season. It's close at the top right now. I'm going to hope it's a little less close come the end of the season, but if it is this close, we're in for a banger. Come back tomorrow to check it out, and until then, take it easy. It's me, Jack. Have a lovely rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you next time for more. I'm out.